we're not gonna start over.
Okay. You close the public hearing, should you keep the public hearing open?
For more comments?
Well, you have to come to a conclusion. In the past, we've kept public hearings open during a local law. It's continued.
I'm not hearing.
No clue.
It's all right.
It depends on whether you're gonna, yeah, you can do that. Keep the, make a motion to adjourn the public hearing. The public hearing, do that now.
Send the motion to
Close the public.
public hearing.
Just a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, is there a motion to adjourn the public hearing?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn the public hearing until we get further information.
A second.
All in favor? Aye, so it's adjourned. Okay. Okay,
Am I just correct so that I half smart? Decide to do something down the road, then we do a public notice that we're gonna continue.
Put it.
Okay, all right, that's what I didn't understand. Now I do. You're very smart. Oh, really?
so now do I need a motion to open
No,
our town board meeting?
no, now you
No.
just start the town board meeting.
Just start it.
Start with
Okay.
the pledge, do it all over.
All right, we'll start with the pledge. Town board meeting, October 10th. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Pete.
Peter Summerall, Town Councilman.
John Dolce, Town Supervisor.
Bill Ryan, Town Attorney.
Randy Bates, Town Councilman.
Brian Wood, Town Councilman.
Victoria Craker, Town Clerk.
Any audience comments, please?
I do. Just real quick, you would ask at the budget meeting about the increase for the Preston Hall Park and that one miscellaneous contraction went from 400 to 600. That is for, the ceiling of the blacktop to bike path. So that's what it was increased for. So they need to do that. Obviously, it's probably gonna be more than that, but I'm assuming they're gonna use some of their savings to do that. But it also brings to light that once the budget cycle's done, or even if we have time to discuss it during one of the budget meetings, we really should look at the possibility of having a capital plan for our parks and recs. To look at, can we use us and then put it back over a period of time through budget cycles. But I know that there's an issue at the Rensselaer Park with the pickleball court and needing some money there. And in my conversation today with Preston Isle Park, there's a concern about diseased trees in the picnic grove, and they have them come down at about the $10,000 mark to have trees removed in that. But it needs to be planned, and we can't make them just do it at the budget cycle. We should have a capital plan. It's not that hard. I think that they're willing to come and sit down with the town board for special meetings or whatever to come up with capital plans. Need to be able to do it, be open with them what we can and can't afford, or what we're willing to or not willing to pay for, and have them be part of it. So I think that parks are an important part of the town. Certainly I'm biased. I believe that the Preston Isle Park is the most beautiful park in the town. It's big. It's got the bike path, the walk, and the pavilions and do stuff like that. So I just like to see that, we just invest a little time, even time, and if it ain't money, but to come up with a plan, like Randy said, at the budget meeting, we should have a capital plan for what we want to do with the park long term.
The same with our buildings,
Whatever, yeah.
an improvement plan.
Yeah.
So would that carry over to the cemeteries?
Same thing. I think that that's the smart thing to do, not management by crisis, more plan out and have a long-term plan. That's all.
Okay. Any other audience comments? If not, I need a motion to
I'll move we accept the minutes for the September 26th special meeting on the presentation of the tentative budget.
I'll second it. All in favor? Motion carried. Minutes of September 26th.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes of the September 26th regular meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Budget modifications and transfers. Once again, we don't have any. And I make a motion to pay all signed vouchers and bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The supervisor report, excuse me. 1 second. Sorry, I had to get my notes. It was not crazy busy this month. There were very few issues, if any. Well, one thing I wanted to mention is that the Bogue bench is now installed at the Rensselaerville Park. Looks very nice. Thank you, Jason, and the highway crew for pouring the cement and placing the bench, which is 1,900 pounds, so it was an undertaking to do that. I like to see that, and I hope people appreciate what Jeffrey Bogue has done for us. I definitely do. I did speak to Tom Benton, and I left a message for him. He called me back. He's the union rep, and we discussed it as last time we talked about. And he's going to meet with me next Tuesday to discuss what the union and representing our employees, what they would like. And then I'll take it to the board after I get information from him.
What time are you doing that, do you know? What time next Tuesday? It don't matter, you can.
I'm sorry, 10:15 it's at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Okay.
Pete mentioned last time that the planning board is maybe ready to appoint another planning board member. We have no more. Do you have information on that?
No,
Okay.
still got one more interview to do, don't we, Dick?
Yes.
One more. Yeah, ain't done that. And then they'll let us know who they chose on November 8th. I got the date. In November.
Okay, so that's really all I have to say. That's pertinent.
I'll move we accept the supervisor's report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The accountant's report is he's not here. But we have the budget versus the actual expenditures for September 30th, which he prepared. And we also have the totals, once again, the Bogue monies, the interest. He presented us with that. If you guys want to see that. And so there really is no report. I'll leave it at that. So next up will be the attorney's report.
On the Bogue, I have a court conference on October 18th, at which time I expect the matter to be resolved. And last week I had a call with Jareen,
Sure.
Jaren, on the, and John, about the water district, and it was very fruitful. And we're just establishing our itinerary for moving forward. And we received very nice news today, but I don't want to steal Edwin's thunder, and I'll let him talk about it when he gets up here and makes his report. That's all I have.
Okay. I gotta bother you about this, but what was the outcome with Bo?
There's a conference with the court on October 18th.
Oh, on October 18th, okay. Okay, so,
I'll move we accept the attorney's report.
I'll second it.
all in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Highway and recycling.
Good evening, everybody. Recycling numbers, you'll have for you next week. I haven't received them from Collins yet. For the transfer station, only thing to report is John has not been doing well. He's out for at least several weeks. So in the meantime, Dave Potter will be covering. John is supposed to get back to me in a few weeks to determine whether he wants to come back to work or not, but he's in pretty tough shape at the moment, so we will move on.
What's long-term really good?
I spoke with Dave today. He says he has no problem doing it throughout the course of the winter if needed. So we have a solution, at least in the near term. So, and with any luck, John will feel better and want to come back to work. But if not, we will seek a replacement. So. Alrighty, highway report. Crack sealing of Wilsey Road, Camp Medusa Road, North Road are completed. Came out fairly well. Shoulders are completed on all the newly paved roads, in exception with Rowell Lane, which we'll be doing ourselves with one of our small trucks. Hale Road project is completed, including the hydro seeding we did with Albany County Soil and Water last week. We've continued with our patching program. We do have a little more patching to do up on Smith Road, which we will get to early next week, and that should complete the majority of our blacktopping for the year. There are a few other potholes. I know a couple on Johnny Cake that we want to get to before winter. Started to begin to prep a few of our trucks for winter, just going through and making sure they're ready to go in our downtime. We've purchased most of our winter tires, so we're working on changing tires over and getting things prepped that way. We installed the bench up at the town park. That's all completed. Concrete in the Tornator Lane culvert is completed. It came out nice. That project is done. We received the OGS salt price for this year is $59 a ton, so that's down $2 a ton from last year and $15 from 2 years ago. So salt is headed in the right direction anyway. Our newest employee, Nathan, earned his CDL. He's doing an excellent job driving, and that is completed. And the striping of the parking lot has been completed. So we're going to continue to push right up till cold weather. I think it's not going to take too much to get our trucks ready for winter. So we still got a list of projects we'd like to complete. We'll keep on moving. We've had a beautiful fall to get work done. So hopefully things continue that way.
Thanks, Jason.
Yep.
To you and the highway guys, doing a good job.
Thank you.
I make a motion to accept the highway recycling.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Victoria Craig, town clerk.
Okay, everybody has the numbers. There was an entry error. I corrected everybody's pages on that. So Tim and I agreed. What he took in and what I recorded are the same. As I said last time, I expected the hunting licenses sales to go down with the new system of everybody being able to print their licenses at home on plain paper. But again, another month, so August and September, we were pretty much spot on with where we've been in the past. So again, very pleased to see that for our purposes. People are still coming in to get them here. And just a quick thank you to Jason and the highway we brought the Honda Odyssey up to Mohawk Honda for the minor recall issues. They left it there, so they have to make 2 trips, and they went up there again to pick it up yesterday. So thank you, Jason, and your guys. And also, thank you for a few miscellaneous things that the highway crew has done here for us. So
I make a motion to accept it. All in favor? For code enforcement, building inspector.
Good evening. I just have the numbers there, $1,366. We did a file search and a building permit renewal in October. It is fall, it's time for people to clean your chimneys and do some maintenance on that. Just a suggestion, and that's all I have.
Good suggestion. I'll make a motion, we accept the code enforcement officer report.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. The assessor has a written report. Once again. For the month of September, we received a total of 5 transfers, 3 residential, 2 for estate planning. We have had a few calls with questions about school tax bills and exemptions. There have been some amendments to the new fireman EMS exemption for next year. He'll have more information by the next meeting and will post on the town's website. That's it.
Make a motion to accept the assessor's report.
A second.
All in favor? Aye. Moment we're all waiting for. Water clear. Thanks, you guys.
Good evening, everyone. Actually, kind of a short report today. Per the Highland Planning, which is one of the consultants working with the county on the hazard mitigation plan, has reported that the jurisdictional annex for Rensselaerville inclusion in the mitigation plan, which we've not been included in before, is in draft. It's on the Albany County website. It's open to public comment until October 16th. I know that's only a few short days away, but it's actually been up there for a while. And per the lead engineering firm, I've said that correctly, after the county comments, they will be submitting it to the state for review late October, early November. After they get the state comments back, they'll revise and submit the plan for review by FEMA. And then it's likely that it will be adopted in spring 2025. So if everything goes smoothly, then we'll actually be a part of the Albany County High Hazard Mitigation Plan. And we can take that to the Hike Preserve and see if they want to resubmit for funding to get the dam repaired. Long way to get there, but looks like we're getting there. The big news regarding the Water District Improvement Project. Last month, we reported that the draft IUP was published and open for comment period. That, of course, is finished now. And the final intended use plan was published on the EFC's website, Environmental Facility Corps' website. And Rensselaerville, as in the draft, remains at the top or near the top of the list. We scored very well because we also achieved a hardship status, which is what increased our score. So that's great news. However, we have not yet seen the financial package from the EFC that we were hoping to have seen by now. So perhaps we'll see it next week. The great news, or at least what's pretty exciting about what is on that IUP, is that hardship projects that I guess in municipalities that qualify for hardships that submitted projects can have a maximum grant award of up to 70% of the total net cost of the project. So for a $2.5 million project, that would be terribly exciting if we could get that much grant money. I'm not saying that is the case, but they're saying the potential is there. And then after that, 0% financing for the remaining costs of the project. So it could turn out very well for us. And the same is true for the bill, the bipartisan infrastructure law part of the granting process that the EFC is also administrating. Same bit there, 70% total potential grant and 0% financing. So in comparison to some of the other projects on that list, ours is pretty small. So fingers crossed. Hope it comes in well. The EPA administrative order, this was sort of bad news and good news for us because it also proved to the state and everyone else reviewing our project that we were in sore need of help here. They did formally approve our corrective action plan that we submitted to them, which basically means we got a whole lot of extra new work to do in terms of doing all the short-term work to improve the quality of the water while the bigger project takes place, which could be another 5 to 10 years before it's actually completed. So good news there. And then lastly, minor item, but a big one because we're proud of the fact that we are just about complete with the lead and copper service line inventory, also required by the EPA. And we expect to meet the deadline of October 16th for submission. And that's all I have. Any questions?
No.
No? Thank you very much.
This guy can say we all appreciate. You know, it's a lot of work.
Thank you.
doing it on your own time. It's a huge testament to your dedication to that, and I appreciate that. You know, the rest of the board.
Thank you. It's definitely a team effort. And just to throw a little bit of promo for them, Sustainable Growth is without the likes of Jaren and Mary to help us with that, we would not have gotten to where we are.
Good.
So,
They are on top of it.
yeah. Thank you.
I make a motion to accept the Water Sewer Committee report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, on the old business, we're gonna skip over that, updating the fee schedule. On the new business, schedule a date for public hearing on the preliminary budget. So we have our budget meeting, we had on the 8th, we have the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th is tentative. So no later than November 7th. So should we keep that Tuesday meeting, the 29th,
And do it then.
and do it then? We should be done with.
Yeah, I think that works.
So October 29th
Yeah, why not?
at 7 PM?
Or 6.
Why,
Yes.
what if you did it for that one at 7 PM? Because if you had to do a little bit of, could you still do work on it before that? Like.
Is
so
it
if you-
printed?
Does it have to be printed official for that meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess then you would do it. I was just thinking, like, if you needed time, you could go from 6 to 7 to finish up any little last.
That's what I
minute
was
stuff.
thinking.
Yeah.
Or you can make it on the next week. I mean, you have election day, which is, and it doesn't, nobody's up for election. I just think in transparency, it's always a good practice to have your preliminary budget prior to election so that if anybody wants to debate you in your election process, you're not letting them vote you in and then screwing them 2 days later with a budget that's not good.
So what are you saying?
So
Well, it doesn't matter this year. You can have it on the 7th if it's gotta be done before the 7th, because none of us are up for election. I've always said when we do it, if you're up for election, you should do your preliminary budget meeting before election day so that people have that's another quiz that they can quiz you on how you did. And if they don't like what I did or you did or whatever, then they can vote, yeah, I'm voting somebody else. Always try that, it never works, but.
So, but if we get the budget done by the 22nd,
Yeah, but you gotta have it,
that,
you have to give it public notice. So you can't wait till the 22nd and be like, okay, we're done, so we'll do it on the 29th.
so how many days, because then our regular meeting is the 24th.
It doesn't matter.
It's too late to set a date then?
Yes. You wouldn't have enough time from the 24th to have it in by the 7th.
No.
So you'd have, my recommendation was either have confidence that you're,
Brian?
Yep.
But yes, if we scheduled it on the 24th at the next meeting, I could have it published in the newspaper on the 31st.
how many days notice do you have that?
5, so 7, we'd have 7 days if we did it on the 7th.
It's up to you. I mean, you could do it the 4th, it's a Monday night, and then give yourself the 29th as a buffer and set it now and be done with it, and then it's still done before election day. It doesn't really matter this year, though. Nobody's up for elections. Whatever you want.
What do you think, Randy?
In my opinion.
Yeah, it may be too close for the 29th, because we have to have it printed and finished.
So on the 24th, we could schedule the public hearing,
Yes,
even if we have to work on the 29th. The public hearing is already scheduled.
we could still have it approved before the 7th, November 7th, yes.
Can I just say something? It has to be done before the 7th. You're gonna have it on the 24th is the town meeting. There's only a few days in there that you would have to get it done. So why wouldn't you just pick a day now and get it done? We know we only have a limited number of days. Let's just do it. If you wait till the town board meeting on the 24th, you're not, the only benefit to that would be able to know if you need the 29th or not. But we couldn't do it because the 24th is too late. So if you want to do it on the 29th, do it and plan it now. If not, then let's just pick another day and do it. And be done with it.
You really should set the date tonight.
I would just say do it on November 4th. Or November 7th, if you want to do November 7th. If it's a Thursday and that's what you want to stick with, it's fine.
Well, I'm good with either one. It's a Monday or a Thursday.
Doesn't matter to me.
If you do it on Monday, you're setting the standard that you're trying to have the budget done before election day.
Right.
This year doesn't matter, nobody's up, but next year we keep that standard of trying to have the public hearing done before the election. That next year we'll have 2 council seats in the supervisor seat open. And you're just being honest and transparent, and it's done before the election. So just set it for November 4th and be done with it. It's a Monday night, do it at 6 o'clock, and everybody, it'll last probably 10 minutes and we'll be out of here.
November 4th,
That's my recommendation, and just.
that's what it is.
November 4th at 6 PM.
Done.
I'll make a motion that we have the public hearing for the preliminary budget on November 4th at 6 PM.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Any other audience comments? If not, good.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks for coming, everybody. It's so exciting to have an audience.